What happens to your body when you walk for 30 minutes while fasting? At first glance, it might sound like a small thing, almost too simple to matter. But the truth is that this combination of fasting and walking can trigger a series of powerful changes inside your body that most people never realize are happening. And those changes affect everything from how your body burns fat to how your metabolism works, how stable your energy feels throughout the day, and even how efficiently your cells produce energy. Which means that something as simple as a short walk before your first meal might be doing far more for your body than you think. To understand why this works so well, we need to start with what's happening in your body when you're fasting. Because after several hours without food, your insulin levels naturally begin to drop. And insulin is one of the key hormones that controls whether your body stores energy or uses it. So when insulin levels are low, your body is far more willing to tap into stored energy, including stored fat. And this is why fasting periods often create a metabolic environment that encourages fat burning rather than fat storage, especially when you add movement into the equation. Now, imagine what happens when you start walking during this fasted state. Your muscles suddenly require energy to keep moving. Your heart rate rises slightly, your breathing becomes deeper, and your body begins searching for a fuel source to power that activity. But because you haven't eaten recently, your body can't rely as heavily on incoming glucose from food, which means it starts mobilizing stored fuel, particularly fatty acids stored in your fat tissue. And those fatty acids are transported through your bloodstream to your muscles, where they can be burned to create energy. This process might sound technical, but the result is very simple. Your body becomes more efficient at using fat as fuel. And when you do this consistently, day after day, your body gradually adapts to this pattern, improving its ability to access stored fat whenever energy is needed. But the benefits don't stop there. Walking for 30 minutes while fasting also has a unique effect on your metabolism because it is considered a low-intensity aerobic activity, which means it places relatively little stress on your nervous system compared to intense workouts. Yet, it still increases your total daily energy expenditure. And this balance is important because it allows your body to burn calories and mobilize fat without triggering excessive hunger or stress hormones that sometimes accompany very intense exercise. Another interesting thing that happens during fasted walking is an improvement in insulin sensitivity. When your muscles contract repeatedly during walking, they become better at absorbing glucose from the bloodstream, and over time, this can help your body manage blood sugar more effectively, reducing the risk of energy crashes and helping prevent the long-term metabolic issues that often develop when blood sugar regulation becomes impaired. In addition to metabolic effects, walking while fasting can also influence your hormones in subtle but powerful ways. For example, your body releases small amounts of adrenaline and noradrenaline during both fasting and exercise, and these hormones help mobilize stored fat so it can be used for energy, essentially acting like signals that tell your body it's time to tap into its internal fuel reserves. Growth hormone levels can also rise during fasting, and this hormone plays an important role in preserving lean muscle tissue while your body burns fat, which means that a short fasted walk can help shift your body toward using fat while protecting the muscle that keeps your metabolism strong. There is also a neurological side to this routine that many people notice very quickly. When you walk while fasting, especially in the morning, your brain often becomes more alert and focused, and this happens partly because your blood sugar levels are more stable and partly because fasting can increase the production of ketones, which are alternative fuel molecules that your brain can use for energy. And many people report that this state creates a feeling of mental clarity that makes it easier to concentrate, plan the day ahead, or simply think more clearly. Of course, 30 minutes might not seem like a long time, but consistency turns small actions into powerful habits. If you walk for 30 minutes every morning while fasting, that adds up to 3.5 hours of low-stress activity every week, and over time, this steady movement can significantly increase your overall calorie burn, improve cardiovascular health, and help regulate appetite. Speaking of appetite, another surprising effect of fasted walking is that it may actually make it easier for some people to control hunger later in the day. While intense workouts can sometimes stimulate appetite dramatically, moderate walking tends to have a stabilizing effect, allowing hunger signals to remain more predictable and manageable. This doesn't mean that walking while fasting works perfectly for everyone. Some individuals may feel lightheaded or weak when exercising on an empty stomach, especially if they are new to fasting or if their overall calorie intake is very low. In those cases, it may be helpful to start with shorter walks, stay well hydrated, and gradually allow the body to adapt. Hydration is particularly important because when you are fasting, your glycogen stores are lower, and glycogen naturally holds water in your body. So drinking water before and during your walk helps maintain circulation, prevents headaches, and ensures that your body can continue performing efficiently. Over time, your body also undergoes deeper cellular adaptations from this habit. One of the most fascinating is the improvement of mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are often described as the power plants of your cells because they convert nutrients into usable energy. And when you regularly perform aerobic activity like walking, especially in a fasted state, your mitochondria become more efficient at producing energy from fat, which means your endurance, energy levels, and metabolic flexibility gradually improve. Another process that may be stimulated by fasting combined with exercise is autophagy, a cellular recycling mechanism where damaged proteins and components are broken down and reused, essentially cleaning and repairing the cell. While autophagy is influenced by many factors, periods of fasting and moderate activity can encourage the conditions under which this process occurs. It's important to remember that the goal of a 30-minute fasted walk is not to punish your body or force rapid weight loss. Instead, the goal is to create a daily routine that gently nudges your metabolism in a healthier direction. Small habits that are easy to repeat every day often produce better long-term results than extreme programs that are difficult to maintain. Many people also find that walking outside during their fasted period improves their mood and reduces stress. Exposure to natural light helps regulate circadian rhythms, which can improve sleep quality, and the rhythmic motion of walking often has a calming effect on the nervous system, lowering cortisol levels that might otherwise interfere with fat loss and overall well-being. Another advantage of walking while fasting is that it integrates easily into everyday life. You don't need expensive equipment, a gym membership, or a complicated training plan. All you need is a safe place to walk and a commitment to spend 30 minutes moving your body. And while 30 minutes is the example we're discussing, the real power lies in consistency rather than perfection. Even if some days you only manage 20 minutes, the habit itself continues to reinforce the metabolic adaptations that make your body better at using energy efficiently. It's also worth mentioning that nutrition after your walk plays an important role in the overall impact of this habit. Breaking your fast with a balanced meal that includes protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates helps replenish energy while supporting muscle recovery and metabolic balance. Many people prefer meals like eggs with vegetables, Greek yogurt with fruit and nuts, or lean protein with whole grains after their fasted walk, because these meals provide sustained energy without causing large spikes in blood sugar. As weeks turn into months, people who adopt this simple routine often notice changes that go beyond the scale. Their endurance improves, their energy feels more stable, their digestion may become more predictable, and their overall sense of well-being often increases. This is because walking while fasting is not just a weight loss trick. It is a metabolic signal that tells your body to become more flexible, more efficient, and more resilient. In a world where fitness advice often focuses on extreme workouts, complicated diet plans, or expensive supplements, it can be surprising to discover that one of the most effective habits is also one of the simplest: waking up, stepping outside, and walking for 30 minutes before your first meal. And perhaps the most powerful part of this habit is that it changes how you view movement and health. Instead of seeing exercise as something you must force yourself to do, it becomes a natural part of your daily rhythm, a quiet moment that benefits your body and mind at the same time. So, what happens to your body when you walk for 30 minutes while fasting? Your body learns to burn fat more efficiently, your metabolism becomes more adaptable, your blood sugar regulation improves, your cardiovascular system becomes stronger, your brain becomes more alert, and your cells become better at producing energy, all from something as simple as a walk. And when a habit is that simple, the only real challenge is remembering that sometimes the most powerful changes in your body come not from doing more, but from doing the right small thing every single day. See you guys next time with more health tips.